Welcome back to the Ancient Ruins, and today we're having a look at a new video format where we look at games we've never played to see whether we like them and whether we want to expand them into ongoing video series. Today we've got the training mission of A Core of Discovery, a game set in the world of Manifest Destiny, to see whether it makes my brain melt out of my ears and me crumble to dust. In this training mission, we're only using a 5x5 grid, which I think we have to explore in its entirety, but I'm not sure. We'll find out more about that later, to try and complete challenges where we've only got one set up at the moment, which is the one that is always set up in the game. Approach the arch, the challenge begins. For this, by the end of 5 explore spaces, that's what this means, every space you explore is a little sun and it goes on top, and you've got 5 of these for this challenge. We've got to find a stick. If we find a stick at the end of the 5 days, we pass, we win, we're amazing. Surely this is easy. All we have to do is find a stick, and then we have to find some mud and a vine and water, and we've got 3 days to do that, which is fantastic. So that's 8 moves that we've got to try and find all of that. Oh no, there's more. We've got 2 additional moves to find another stick, a vine, and more water. Okay, that's now a little bit complicated. So we've got 10 moves to find a stick, another stick, some mud, 2 vines, and 4 water. We need to give them this before the end of those turns, otherwise we fail, and there's fail conditions, which means we give away even more water. We've only got 3 water. If we give away all that water, we die. We don't want to die. That's bad. How do we do this then? Not actually sure. Right, so oh no. In the training mission, so we ignore all of that, let's have a look at the madness we have to understand to figure this one out. So, all water and all sticks are next to each other orthogonally. So if there is a water, there is a stick in an orthogonal position near it. Cool. All vines are in the same column as a rock. So if we know there's a rock, then in that column there is going to be a vine. There is 1 stick per column and row. So if we find a stick, so if there's a stick there, there are no sticks here and no sticks down there because there can only be 1 stick in each. So over time we're going to build up a map of nonsense which my brain may be able to follow, and if not, I'll be just crying in a heap somewhere because this is sudoku or meth. Mud is always orthogonally adjacent to water and a rock, and rocks are all connected, not on the edge, and unpassable. So rocks are not on the edge, we can't go through them, and yeah, this is going to be fun. Hills tell us a thing about water. They tell us how many waters are in that row and that column. I did them backwards, but that's only because I'm panicking. So that's kind of insane, but hopefully we're going to be able to figure this out as we go along. In this game, we have a single enemy. Today, it's the Minotaur. It's this prick right here. And we have to discard any 1 resource or water to explore a path in its row or column. So, if we want to explore anywhere here or anywhere there, it's going to cost us unless we kill him. And we're going to kill him as soon as we can, because he's a prick. To kill him, we need to have fire and a rock. Okay, so we can figure out where rocks are quite easily, but more on that in a minute. But how do we get fire? Fire. To build a fire, which is this bit down here, we need 2 sticks, which we need 2 sticks, or 2 rocks. If we've got 2 sticks, we can discard 2 sticks to get a fire. Or we can discard 2 rocks to get a fire, but we need 3 rocks. We need 3 rocks. So already we've got a little bit of a problem because it's going to be quite heavy in the resource management and also the limited movements, and trying to do algebra? I don't know. Right, anyway, where are we up to? We've got this, we've got that, we've got that, we've got this, we've got that. The madness can begin. So, our goal is to survive 2 full days, and because it's the training mission, we're going to ignore the night fully. So all we need to do is complete these 3 challenges. It looks as though we've got 5 turns, 3 turns, and 2 turns to do so. If we do make it to the end, we get a few more challenges, we get to the end of that, and we're victorious. Now, the peak. So the peak is where the tippy top of the mountain is, to give us an idea of where rocks are, so we can kind of get an idea of how to play the game. I think if we like this, and do comment down below if the manic madness energy that I'm giving off because I'm panicking is something you want to be involved with, this might be good for a live video. Maybe. We'll have a think. We'll have a think on that one. But the peak is the very tippy top of the mountain, and that is revealed. So the peak is E5. Not sure whether this is coming across on the video, but these are numbered A through G, and these are lettered 1 through 7. I messed up, but I ran with it. It's okay. So what we need to do is find E5. So E5, and if we reveal this one, that should be a rock. It is. Right, we haven't messed up so far. I'm the best at games. Okay, so start column. We can start anywhere on column 7. So we can choose anywhere here. Now, we also only have 3 water. I don't think we want to start here because that's going to leave us in a bad position with that prick. So I think we either want to go over him and try and get as much resources as possible, but we do need rocks, so perhaps under him. Okay, so here. So to begin the game, you remove 1 token, you reveal it, and we get a stick. That's good, is good. And just to show that we have never played this, we get a stick. Okie dokie do. Get a stick, and that goes in our backpack. Now, let's have a look at our nonsense card. We have found a stick. That means that all of these and all of this cannot have no more stick. No stick, okay? Are you following? No stick. So, it also means that one of these is water, okay? One of these has to be water. Yep. So this one, or this one must be water. It has to be, because water is always orthogonal to a stick. Now, this is where the nonsense gets a little bit more nonsensy. That could be water, but it's next to a rock. And mud is always next to water and a rock. So that could be water, it could be mud. I could be getting this completely wrong, and it could be something completely different. That could be water. Let's have a look. So the good thing about this game, well, one of the many good things, is on the back of the tokens, you've got a question mark. So you could be water. Come here. You could be water. No, not you. The one above you. You could be water, and you could be water. Okay. But next, that is always connected to a rock. So that could be a rock. And that could be a rock, and that could be a rock. But that can't be a rock. Okay. So that can't be a rock. So these are likely rocks. We do need rocks. We're not going up that way because it's prick in the way. It would cost us to go that way. So we can either go down, where potentially wetter, or we can go that way, potentially wetter. That might be a rock. We need many, many rocks. We need so many rocks. Right. We're going to go that way. Because if it's water, brilliant. If it's a rock, also kind of good. Yeah. So we'll reveal this one, and it's mud. So out of the two options of what it could have been, water or a rock, we got mud. Amazing. How did that happen? How did that happen? Okay. So this is water? So you're water. Is anyone following this? I don't think I've quite understood the math yet. So mud has to be orthogonal against water and a rock. I think that's a rock. I think that's a rock. This could be water. That could be water there. We can't find out because we need to kill the prick. But I also think it could be a rock. Okay. So, what this means is, if I'm playing 5D chess enough, that this... Wait. Let me brain. Okay, right. If this is water, that's a rock, which means that's a rock, which means that's a rock. Maybe. I don't know about that one. That one is, if that one is. But we can't find out what they are. So we need to go this way to see what that is. But if we go that way... Oh, brain. Why are you melting already? Right, this is water. This is water. This is water. This is water. I am the best at board games. Nobody is as good as me. Okay. Okie dokie do. Right, hear me out. Hear me the hecky doodles out. Hear me out. Are you all hearing me out? The stick has to be adjacent to the water. It has to be. It can't be up. It can't be that way because there's already a stick. That's mud. That has to be a stick. Okay, I'm putting my entire I'm the greatest person in the world at board games on this straight away. That's a stick. No baxes. We've done 3 spaces so far. It's been so long. We've done 3 spaces. That's a stick. So we are going to... I'm so confident it has to be... Does this have to be a stick? Let's double check. Yeah, it has to be. Right? Water has to... Water is always? Question mark? Right, I think that's a stick. I am twisting the researcher, so Lewis is getting twisted. If you gain a resource or water, gain 2 of it instead. Done. Absolutely done. We are going to reveal you, and you are yes, best at games. Okay, so that means we get 2 sticks. The only problem now is we need a rock. We do need a rock. The reason we need to kill that prick, but to kill that prick, we need mud. No, we've got mud. We need to give away something, so we're going to give away some mud. Because we need to explore. The only way that we can really explore is upwards. And if that's water, that's bad. Effect, discard any one resource or water to explore a path in its row or column. Right, so what we're going to do is this is either a rock or water. The reason why we need a rock or water is because we've got 3 sticks. We need 1 stick. Currently, we're going to need more stick. We're definitely going to need more stick. But if we make a fire, which costs 2 stick, and we've got a rock, we can kill the Minotaur and be done. Okay? Okay. Are you with me? Now, that couldn't be a rock. I was going to say it could be a rock because it could be all interconnected, but they can't be at the edge. Not to the edge. Okay? Rocks are all connected, but they're not on the edge, and they are unpassable. Mud? I think this is a rock. I think this is a rock. I'm going to do it. It's going to cost us a resource, so we're going to have to discard a water. So we'll take that water. Be gone. I don't even think you're a water anymore. I just think you're a rock. Because that's got to be water. Come on, brain. Is this a rock? Is a rock. He's the best at games. He's figured this out. Right. So, because of that, we are going to discard 2 sticks, 1 rock. We're going to make fire. Where is fire? Ooh, there's fire. We've got a fire. So we made a fire. Didn't really need to do this because, well, we're going to discard after use. Do we discard the fire as well? I assume so. But that means we kill that prick. You're dead. Be gone. Right, so that makes it a little bit easier, question mark. Is that all 5 done? 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I do that wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is all 5 done. I put it in the wrong space. At the end of that day, we needed a stick. We still had a stick. We did it. We got a food. Food. So we've got a food now. We need this at the end of the day to feed ourselves. Otherwise, we die. There's a lot of that. A lot of us dying or... Right. What do we need now? So we've done this one. This one's done. We passed it. When revealed, minus water if fatigued. We're not fatigued because we don't have anything in this section because we got rid of it all because we're smart. We're best at games. And resolve any monster that has consequences. No monster. Pricks. Dead. Okay, so you can be gone. Over there. I don't know whether we're meant to keep that somewhere, but it's begone. We now need a mud, a vine, and 2 water. We do have 3 water. We could really do with some more water. Vines are always in a row with rocks. So that would, to me, mean, because they're not here and not here, that it's going to be there or there. And we need 1 vine and 2 water. Oh, this is going to be... What on earth does that symbol mean? This could be really bad for us. And it's going to involve me going, what does that symbol mean? If we fail. If this is a vine, we're good. If it's not a vine, we might be dead. Yay. God, this is tricky. Right, so we think this is a water. That's fine. We think that is water. Oh, we could use... If we correctly guess the terrain you're about to explore, discard the path token. You know what? I don't want to. I'm going to just think it's water and hope for the best. It's mud. Ooh, I don't understand. Right, so I put that there. That's 1 out of 3. I haven't quite got my head around this, but that means, right, that means mud is always next to a rock and water. That's definitely water. So we think that's water. So we're going to correctly guess that that's water. And if that's right, we discard the sun token, giving us an extra explore. It is water. Thank you. Oh, you're very pretty. We don't put that there because we correctly guessed it. That gives us the chances that we needed. One of these is a stick. We need a stick. That's good. But we also need so much more water. Oh no. Okay. This is fine. How do we get more water? Do we just go around looking for it? One of these is a stick, which we don't technically need, and one of this is a vine, which we need 2 of. Amazing. So we're gonna guess you are a stick. Cool, we got a stick. That doesn't help, does it? I don't know. I don't know whether this is good yet. But we need to remember to put these on there. That is okay. But then we've only got 2 chances to find another vine. So this has got to be a vine, okay? It has to be a vine, otherwise I really don't understand the game. I showed you the wrong thing. It's a sun, but it is a vine. Perfect. So we do get the vine. At the end of that, we now have to spend to pass, which gets us nothing, a mud and a vine, nightmare, and 2 water, which does take us out of the fatigue zone. Okay. When revealed, lose a water fatigue and resolve any monster that has consequences. No monsters. The prick's dead. Okay. So, right. Okay. What do we need? We need a stick. We've got a stick. We're good. What else do we need? A vine. There's no sort of like explanation of where a vine could be, except in a row with this. We know that's a rock because these have to be connected. So that is a rock. I'm saying that is a rock. Yeah, which means one of these has to be the vine. Okay. Just because of how I think board game designers think, because I'm the best at games, I don't think it's going to be there. I think it's going to be there just because it would be weird to put it next to each other. Famous last words. I'm the best at games. Oh, and then we pop that one there. We've got the vine. Give me a vine. Give me a vine. There, we've got the vine. Brilliant. But now we desperately need some water. Like, no, not even joking. We've got 2 water, which is going to be good for here. But, so I think we're just going to go that way. Because, right, hear me out. Let's have a logic. Water must be next to a stick. Next to a stick. That's going to be water. So at any point, I can reveal that and get 2 water because we can explore anywhere from where we've already explored. Amazing. So do we want to do that now? Or do we want to wait until I can go, you know what, that's water, give me 2 water? I think we might be geniuses. So I think we might want to go that way because we've already completed this, but we do have one more explore. So we're just going to have a look what's here and then we get a better idea of what's on the map. So we can figure it out later. It's mud. Okay, what does that mean? Cries inwardly. Mud is always adjacent to water and a rock. All the rocks are connected. That has to be a rock. I'm not even saying it anymore. That's a rock. You're a rock. That's all that matters. I do get another mud, which goes on to there. Is that going to fatigue me? No, we're fine, sort of. It's okay. Why are you panicking? I think I understand. At the end of the day, we have to get rid of a stick and a vine and 2 water, and we move that down. So we've completed that. Nothing happens because we're amazing. And that is the end of the first day. We've just got to survive one more day, and we're the best. At the end of the day, feed your troops. So if you pass, we did. We survived. We've got a food. So if we didn't have this food, we would have died. So somehow you need to get food every day as well. Except we don't in this. When we get to the end of the day, we just finish. So if we complete the next 3 challenges, we've won. We don't need to worry about feeding again because it is the training mission. But in the full game, if we do want to look into that as an ongoing series or even live, we could have a little cheeky sit down once a week and just have a play. We'll see. We've got understand terrain. We need a stick, mud, a vine. Go away. What do you mean we need a stick, mud, vine and water? We need to find your way. We need a stick, a rock and some water. And we need hone your blades, which is a stick, a rock and water. So we need 3 sticks. Ooh. We need 3 sticks. It's okay. We can figure this one out. We've got this. Okay? We've got this. We need 3 sticks. We need 2 rocks. We know where rocks are. So we need 3 sticks, 2 rocks. We've got a rock. Yes, we need 1 rock. We need a mud. We've got a mud. Come on, brain. Think this through. Think this through. We need water. We definitely need water. These are reset. I'm like 100% sure that's water. It has to be water. So what we're going to do... Oh, that's a move, though. But we need it. We need a vine. Okay. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We need to take a step back and we need to figure it out. That's a stick. That's a stick. Right. That is definitely a stick. That is not a stick. That's a stick. Okay. That's a stick. If that's a stick, if we're right with the rocks, if we are right with the rocks, that means a stick cannot be in this row. It cannot be in this row. It cannot be in this row. So it has to be there. So that means that's a stick as well. If we are right, we are basing a lot of this information on guesswork and nightmares, which means that that's a water. Because we have to have a water next to mud and the rock. So that has to be water. So that could be water. And that could be water. Because we need water next to the stick as well. So that could also be water. Do we still think that's a rock? Maybe. Okay, so where are we at so far? What do we need? We need 3 sticks. We found 2 of them. There's not enough sticks in the game. There's not enough sticks in the game. I've just figured this out. There is not enough sticks in the game. Because we burnt a stick, we burnt 2 sticks, we needed 2 sticks. Okay, there's not enough in the game. Okay, so we burnt a stick, we needed a stick, that's 2. We burnt 2, okay, so there's not enough in the game to do it that way. So the only way that we can do this is by already having everything we need. That's literally the only way that we can do this. Right, this is a math puzzle gone wrong. That is probably a vine. Okay, you're probably a vine. If you're a vine, we might be able to do this. So, in this... Oh, we can get rid of all of these. We don't need these anymore. In this 3 turns... I need to correctly get a stick, a vine, and a water. But we need to generate an extra stick. So we need to do this one. Or we can just correctly guess it and not waste one. And this is where the madness is. We have a maximum of 7 more turns. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 options. We could twist that and get an 8th turn. We need 3 water. We think that's water. If we correctly guess it, we get it for free, but we do need 2 sticks, but we also need 3 water. Okay. If I'm right, that is a stick. If I'm not right, we're probably going to lose, but we're going to give it a go. So we're going to exhaust, and we're going to say, oh no, we don't have to guess. We just get 2 of whatever's under there. That's not the guessing one. I was testing you, who failed. Admit it down below in the comments. Not because it helps. Interaction doesn't help, don't worry. I still think that's a stick. It's a stick, we get 2 sticks. Okay, so that helps slightly. But now I am kind of full. So we need to correctly get a water and a vine. We need to correctly get a water and a vine. And we've got 2 moves to do so. That's a vine. That is a vine. I need you to all manifest this with me, and that is a vine. Come on. That's water. That's water. That's not a vine. That's water. Okay. That's a vine? The one that is definitely a rock is a vine? It has to be. It has to be. Okay, hear me out. Right, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not going crazy. I am perfectly sane. If that is mud, that has to be a rock. That has to be water. So that has to be a vine. Is a vine. Best at games. I'm the best at games. At the end of the day, we need to discard a stick, a mud, a vine, and a water. And we did it. We did it. Be gone. We get nothing. We get nothing for passing. Where's my reward? This is evil. Okay. Right. What do we need? We need a water. That's all we need. We just need a water. And then let's move some stuff around. We move you around. We need our water, and then we're good if we get our water. So if I am right, and I am the best at games, so of course I'm right, that's a water. Let's reveal that and prove that I'm a genius. It is. I actually looked away then because I didn't believe it was going to be a water. Okay, so we now have the stick, the rock, and the water. Brilliant. Which means we've got exactly 3 turns to get a stick, a rock, and water. Exactly 3. Except if you correctly guess the terrain you're about to explore, discard that path token. That's a stick. All the math as mathed. We're the best at games, we're the best at algebra, we're the best at 5D chess. That's a stick. Come on, it's a stick. I'm the best. Giving me the best, Right, we need a rock. Do we need a rock? We do need a rock. That's a rock. Why did you ever doubt me? All of you down there with the doubt. Right, so we've completed that. We've got the rock. We've got the mud. We didn't fail. We're the best at games. We need to find, and we've got 2 chances for this, to find water. 2 chances. Okay, we think we're confident in quite a lot of spaces of water, but I think the most logical space. Right, so water is orthogonally adjacent to a stick. Can you see a stick which doesn't have water next to it and only has one choice? That has to be water. If that is not water, I'm burning this game. It's water. Are we ready? Are we ready? Is water. Yes, best at games, best at games. And for everyone who's saying it's just the training mission, shut up. Shut up. This is tricky. This is a nightmare. We do have one more turn left, but I think we've already kind of figured it all out. So let's just see if we can guess what something would have been, because logic would dictate. In fact, let's just say we've won. Okay? End of the day, we're going to look at this one. I think this would be a vine. No, it can't be a vine. I think it's more water. Water. It's a hill. I forgot they existed. I just forgot that they were a thing in this game because we hadn't seen one. So that is showing us that there are 6 waters here. So that and this are water and water, water and water. That might be a hill. Is a vine. Oh, so we didn't fully understand that one. As many as could be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be one. It's only one with the stick, which means that this is a hill. Yeah, baby. And we assume that's a rock. And there we have it. That was the train. That was the training mission. That was incredibly fun, actually. I'm not sure whether the amount of panic I was going through came across because I kept myself calm, cool, and collected, but I really enjoyed that. If you have enjoyed this nonsense and want to see more, we might do a true intro video for a series, and we'll do the other training mission because there is another training mission somewhere. There's so much to this game, so much. I think well, when it arrived, extra things came in a different part. So there was like 20 missions, and then another sleeve of missions, and then there's so much stuff over here. It's untrue. So if you have enjoyed this, if you do want to see more of it, let me know down below. I think I might do some more anyway, and we'll see how it goes. If you want or you think that this could be fun live, so fun streamed, so we can interact and we can try and figure this nonsense out together, because in the real ones, there's a lot more to do. There's a lot more threats. There's so many. There's so many challenges. It's just an insane amount. There's a dog. You can get a dog for some reason. I don't know why. You can be a juggalo with your rusty axe. And if you get that reference, you're old. There's so many things that we can do. We haven't even touched upon the Destiny cards because they weren't in here. There's this thing. That's more stuff. I don't know what that's for. It's so much of a game. If you have enjoyed this nonsense, if you like the idea of the I've never played video format, if you want to see more of this, if you have an idea of a game that you want to see me play, leave a comment down below. If you made it this far in the video, subscribe. You're in the cult now. It's too late. You're one of us. And until next time, when we convene once again at the ancient ruins, bye for now.